100 years ago, your future was decided by a stranger's face. You wanted a loan. So you put on your good coat, walked into a bank, and sat across a desk from a man who had never met you. He looked at you. He looked at your hands, your shoes, the way you spoke. He asked who your father was, and then he decided, not on numbers, on you, on whether your face looked like the face of someone who pays people back. You think the credit score was invented to judge you. It was invented to stop a man like that from judging you instead. Picture what that old system actually was. A loan was a personal opinion, one man's gut feeling about another person's character, and gut feelings carry everything the gut already believes. If you were the wrong religion, the answer was no. If you were the wrong color, the answer was no. If you were a woman, the answer was often no. No matter what you earned, no matter what you owned. The manager did not need a reason you could argue with. He just needed a feeling. And the feeling was the law. This was not a flaw in the system. This was the system. So one bank's decision was really hundreds of hidden, inconsistent decisions, each made by a different man on a different morning. The same person could be trustworthy on one side of town and worthless on the other. There was no way to appeal a hunch. And that created a problem nobody was trying to solve for your sake. Banks were losing money. Because a hunch is not just unfair, it is wrong a lot of the time. The charming man defaults. The quiet woman pays every penny early. Charm is not data. So lenders started writing things down. At first, just notes. Did this person pay last time? Were they late? They passed these notes between each other, building little dossiers on ordinary people. You were never meant to see yours. Then someone realized the notes could become a number. And this is the turn that changed everything. Reduce a person to a number and you can compare any two people instantly. You can feed thousands of old loans into a formula and ask one cold question. Of everyone who looked like this on paper, how many actually paid us back? The face stopped mattering. Only the record mattered. A statistical score does not know your religion. It does not see your skin. It does not care about your father. It looks at a thin column of facts about borrowing and repaying and spits out a probability. And for millions, the old system had refused. That was a door opening. But watch what you traded away. You escaped one man's prejudice, and you walk straight into something that never sleeps, never forgets, and follows you to every bank in the country at once. Because here is what the number really is. It is a guess about your future, built entirely from your past. Missed payments years ago, and the number remembers long after you have changed. The system does not believe in who you are becoming. It believes the record, and the record is not neutral, no matter how it feels. If you were never given a loan, you have no history of repaying one. So the score has nothing to say about you. And a thin file can be read as a risky one. The people the old world locked out can find the new world has locked them out more quietly and called it maths. The prejudice did not vanish. It got laundered into a number that looks objective. The same old gaps survive inside data nobody designed to be cruel. So the score is not a verdict on your worth. It never was. It is a narrow prediction about one thing. Will this person repay borrowed money on time? That is all it measures. Not your honesty, not your effort, not your value to anyone who loves you. But now you live inside it. It decides the flat you can rent, the phone you can hold, sometimes the job you can get. A number you cannot see calculated, built from a past you cannot edit, shaping a future you have not lived yet. You did not choose this trade. It was made for you by people trying to fix a real injustice with a machine. And the machine is fairer than the man at the desk. It is also colder, it forgets nothing, and it can be wrong about you in perfect, consistent silence. So the next time that number decides something about your life, remember what it replaced. A stranger who looked at your face and guessed. We did not get rid of the judge, we just taught him to count. Now you know.